Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Interesting Ideas for a Sunday evening. Maybe a part of your Sunday night meeting where you take time to reflect on the weekend and prepare heart, mind, and spirit for the week that is coming, where Monday will meet the marketplace. And what do you hope to achieve in the next 5 to 6 days? We think about that. So I'd like to take a few minutes to visit, as we are now on day 9 of the Days of Awe, in which we're trying to discover how the new year will be perhaps one of the better ones ever. I had a friend who said to me, because I had made the comment somewhat in a lighthearted way, we were talking about who we are and what we've done, and I just simply said, you have to understand, I'm old. And he smiled at me and says, well, how do you like being old? Be old. You're being old. Well, that has got me to thinking a lot. And then I remembered, and now this goes back many, many years, one of the men who died way too soon. He was a mentor who was just one of the most significant men in my life, one of the most unusually brilliant, accomplished. If anyone lived a big life, it was Pastor Carl Johansson. And oftentimes he was kind of mentoring a lot of us young rogues so that perhaps we could grow up to be not only gentlemen, but maybe Christian gentlemen, and perhaps give some leadership to the church. And he oftentimes would just say, hey, why don't you join me at the canteen? Now, the canteen was his word for a little kind of a restaurant dive about 3 or 4 blocks from the church, which is a little cafe, but he always called it a canteen. Well, you go down there and you have not necessarily anything to eat, but you can have something to drink, a cup of coffee or something like that. So he said, join me. And he said, we're going to celebrate my birthday. And I said, well, good. And I said, well, how old are you? And he says, I'm 50. I'm getting old. Yeah, 50. He's getting old. And we did so. And he pointed out to me that he now was really looking forward to life. For the most part, his children had, made it into the world. They were now at least fully aware of the life that they could lead. And of course, they all turned out very well. And he was now very eager to figure out what would be the next part of his life. And he said, very, very much, being old can be very, very good. And I'm looking forward to it. And he still accomplished a great deal. And I have begun to call this, maybe it's because we have the advantage of a little longer lifetimes now, the Michelangelo effect, which is said that Michelangelo did his best work. Now, listen to this. Did his best work between the ages of 75 and 89. Could it be? Well, I would like to talk about be old today. Just share a few thoughts, maybe some encouragement, maybe a little bit of foolishness, but you can call me on it and catch me on it. Let's see if we can talk about for day 9, the Days of Awe. Maybe there's a way that we should make some new decisions about our old life. I'm Stan Houston. The program is Interesting Ideas. Finally, it begins right now. I've used the B words quite a bit in this little series. We talked about belonging, how important it is to belong, to figure out who and what and you belong to, and maybe what belongs to you. Finding your place, your belonging. The old tune, which I oftentimes play, it's kind of a theme song, and you've heard it a great deal. It's got the old Shaker hymn. It's a gift to be simple. It's a gift to be free. It's a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we come down in the place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. So we turn, turn, turn. We change, change, change. And so, by turning and changing, we come down in the place just right. And I took that as a theme song, first of all, because it's an old song and I can use it anytime I want. But it says a lot to me. My job is to help me and my children and my family and my clients to find the place where they belong, the place just right. We will all have to make compromises. I've had to make a number. There's a lot of things I wanted to do that I was not able to do. There were things I wanted to accomplish, but it wasn't to be. On the other hand, there are many things that I did seek to accomplish, and I was able to do that. And then I was also led to do things that I certainly didn't want to do and didn't plan on doing. But when all was said and done, I did them, and perhaps I'm a little bit better for doing the things I didn't want to do. But I did them anyhow. So here is my thought for this Sunday night. The word be old. Just put be and old together. What does it say? Bold. Be bold. One of the things I have discovered is that boldness is quite rare. It really is. People are put in a place where they're afraid or scared and they don't want to be bold. One of the worst things about how this climate change thing is being done is whether it's true or not, and no, there is no proof either way. There's evidence, and it's significant that it goes a little bit the other way than the way the narrative is going, but who is to say? But it is now being said, oh, you can't have children because who knows what's going to happen. That's baloney. That's the B word. That's bad. That's baloney. We don't know. Life is different. The world is in the hands of God. It's not in the hands of what we do. So, what I'm encouraging people to do is don't raise up your children to be afraid. Don't raise them up to be fearful. Don't be helicopter parents. Teach them to be bold and brave and maybe beautiful. Bold, brave, beautiful. Do you like those three words? I do. And so I share them with you as something that could be awesome as we go into the days of awe and the year of 24, which is coming, in which boldness and bravery is going to be something we need because we suffer from an incredible lack of moral, intellectual, and spiritual wisdom and leadership in our world. The things that people can trust are very rare these days. We do suffer from a lack of moral, spiritual, intellectual, and political leadership. We are not led by people of wisdom. We need people who are brave and bold. And I simply encourage you, at whatever stage in life you're at today, on this 9th day of the days of awe, before we go into the day of deep forgiveness and what they would say, repentance, which doesn't mean to cry and be sorry as much as it means to change. Change your mind. Change your direction. Change your decision. It's perhaps time not to do what you've always done. Perhaps it's time to do and be and express something that is brand new. There's an old song from the 50s that I love and I play quite often, which says, "You make me feel brand new." Brand new. You make me feel brand new. And those of us who live in a number of spiritual traditions will say to you, if you'll listen, it's possible. It's possible to start over. It's possible to indeed be brand new. Just an idea for your thought and consideration. I'm Stan Houston. I'll be right back. Thank you very much for listening to me. Here are some of the things that I'm going to be doing. After a long career as a world-class business performance coach, and remember, that's an aspiration, I'm going to try and teach a number of you how to be really good at business and life leadership. That's right, how to be a world-class business performance coach. For those of you who want to be in the art of expressing yourself, I want to help you be a world-class podcaster. For those of you who are very much convinced that God is calling you to some kind of expression of faith that will be influential, help you be successful, I'll help you be a world-class broadcaster, faith-based broadcaster. We would very much like to help you be very, very good at being you. We started this whole lesson by saying that the goal of our discussion this week was to help you be more human. And I'm hoping that if you'll play back the lessons that we've tried to put forward, that you will find that going forward, you just might find that you will be bolder, braver, gentler, perhaps more compassionate, have a greater touch of wisdom, and maybe even have a touch of immortality in you and what you do. If I can help you do that, I would welcome the opportunity. Reach out to me at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. And, if you do, you just might find out that my friend Pastor Joe is right. Being old is good. In fact, it's maybe great. In fact, maybe it's beautiful. All the best and blessings to you. Till tomorrow, day number 10. Bye for now.